Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing? Man, Antonelli here.
Hey, what's up, guys? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. So Tim Tebow on Tuesday went deep for the first time in a major league uniform. I know it's just spring training, but still, he's been in a lot of big league camps, and it's his first time he went deep in a big league uniform, which is awesome. Good for him. And the internet went crazy for good reason. Tim seems like the greatest guy in the history of the world. He's got a lot of fans pulling for him. I'm pulling for him too. And it was really, really great to see. But then on Friday, with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, he was, fly ball was hit to him. He was chasing it, and he got shot by a sniper. I'm not putting this up to make fun of him or anything like that. I really hope that he does really, really well. But I wanted to throw this up here first because when he hit his home run, I had like a million comments being like, "Hey Matt, do you think Tebow's gonna make the big league roster? Hey Matt, do you think he's gonna make the major leagues? Go Tim." And so I saw it, but then when when he dropped the fly ball, I also had a lot of people reaching out to me as well, and this brought up just the point of baseball in general and how it's such a game of highs and lows, and how you can never get too high and you can never get too low. There's going to be great things that happen to you during your career where you think like, I'm the greatest player ever. And then there's going to be parts of your career where stuff happens and you're like, why did I even choose to play this game? I am horrendous. And me personally, I had a lot of highs and lows, and you're trying not to ride that roller coaster of emotions the entire season or, your entire career, but it's really tough sometimes to freaking get off the ride. And I had a lot of highs, especially early in my career. Played really well in the minor leagues, made my major league debut by 23 years old, and then I ended up having a lot of lows later in my career. A lot of lows, which ended in, getting released by the Indians and then having nobody want to sign me again. I mean, it doesn't get much lower than that. It felt like the great Stuart Scott used to say, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the heck up out of here. Like, that's what it felt like. And I did go home. I went back home and got a job in coaching baseball, not playing anymore. So that's kind of what this made me feel like. It was just like the craze of home run for Tim, and then the low of everyone being like, did you see him belly flop right there? And the whole sniper reference, if you are part of baseball, you probably know this. Anytime a guy, falls down, usually somebody screams out, "Sniper!" I guess it's just part of baseball. So let's see here. My question to you guys is, do you think Tim's going to make the big leagues? He has been grinding it out now. I think when he started doing this, a lot of people thought he was just going to try it for just a little bit, and that would kind of be it. But he's 32 years old now, I think. And so he's been in big league camp. I think it's 3 years. I think this is his third year. And he's 9 for, the numbers that I pulled up, 9 for 60, hitting a $150. Now, obviously, that's a really small sample size. But if you look at his minor league stats, and I wrote a couple of those down too, 273 with a 336 on base and 399 slugging with 6 homers in Double-A. That was back in 2018, and he actually says he made the Eastern League All-Star team. But he ended up getting hurt, broke his wrist. He only hit 163 last year with 240 on base and a 255 slugging, 4 home runs in Triple-A. So 2018, broke his wrist, end of that year. And then he hurt his finger this year. So didn't hit great, I should say this past year. Didn't hit great this past year. Gonna be 32, or is 32. So in his 32 season, I think that's gonna be pretty tough. I mean, as a 32-year-old, you're getting up there. This actually made me feel really old because, I was looking at all this stuff and I saw that he was 32 years old, and I was like, I don't know why I thought he was a little bit younger. And I saw that and I was like, geez, like, Tebow's old. And then I remembered I'm older than him. I'm 34, which made me feel really, really old. It's bad that I'm looking at 32 years old and thinking that's really old. I guess for baseball-wise, it's starting to get up there. If you're in the minor leagues, it's extremely old. You're like a dinosaur. In the major leagues, you're starting to get old. So I don't know. I think it's going to be tough. I give him a ton of credit for working as hard as he has. You know, I saw this stat by Luis Rojas, the manager of the Mets now, and he said the raw power is just phenomenal. The good athlete that he is, and as coachable as he is, he's going to keep improving in every area. And so I think Tebow obviously has a lot going for him. He is a supreme athlete. Guy's huge also. So the power is crazy. I mean, the home run is he just kind of flicks it out that way to the opposite field. You know, obviously a great person. And so seems super coachable. Like it seems like he would listen to almost anybody. Which is also kind of interesting because we've talked about in other videos. I kind of fell into that a little bit as a player where you listen to everybody. Sometimes that can be good to be coachable. And sometimes it can be not so good if you just listen to everybody. Because one thing about being in professional baseball is you're going to have a lot of coaches there. When you're at spring training, there's coaches everywhere because you have the single A and the double A and the triple A and the rookie ball and the big league, and you just got coaches all over the place, and you got hitting coordinators and pitching coordinators, catching coordinators, and so you're going to get a lot of advice. And I'm sure Tim Tebow, I mean, I got a lot of advice when I started struggling a little bit. Everybody wanted to tell me what I should do to fix it. So I can imagine when you're Tim Tebow, that, you know, it starts off as, hey, Timmy, hey, you know, oh, how about that jump throw, and, you know, talking about winning national championships at Florida, and you know, played in the NFL, and then, yeah, man, swing looks good. Hey, you know, you should try to. That's how a lot of times it happened with me. I mean, we didn't talk about my national championships at Florida or anything, but you know, hey, try, you know, maybe try closing that stance down a little bit. Hey, maybe try open up. Hey, maybe try getting those hands a little bit out. Hey, you know, maybe try going left center field a little bit more. You know, hey, try to get that head out. Try to pull. And so I think that can get confusing sometimes also. So we'll see. Guy's giving it hell, it sounds like. Baseball is obviously quite a tough sport. I know he played when he was younger in high school and as a kid. Obviously took a long time off. It's hard to get back into it. But hey, I mean, he seems like a great guy. I would love to see him get to the big leagues. What do you guys think? I think it's going to be tough. I don't think it's probably going to happen. I hope it does. You know, maybe he gets a cup of coffee, maybe gets a shot. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think he's going to get there, eventually, or not? Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Give it a thumbs up. Share the video with all your friends. All that good stuff. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And thank you to our patrons on Patreon who help support the channel. We really, really appreciate that. And that is all I have for today. We'll talk to you later.